Brought to you live from Blue Sphere Productions. Come see me every Friday on Facebook Live, 10 a.m. We'll see you. Come join my evil empire and try to stop my evil plan. It's the Josh Show. Hi, Dan Linder. Welcome to the show. I'd like to thank you for coming here today. And you're with Express. What is it? What's your company you work for?
EXP Realty.
EXP Realty. I just want to make sure I got that right. So I welcome you to the show today. And I guess we want to say hi to everybody. So I guess my first question for you is, tell me a little bit about the company you work for.
So I work for EXP Realty. They're an independent brokerage, but they're in 19 different countries, and have a total of about probably 70,000 agents worldwide. I'm an independent contractor myself, but I'm allowed to pretty much do my own transactions, do what I need to, and build a team with it as well. And they provide some pretty good incentives as well. But I specialize in like residential real estate, buyers and sellers, as well as commercial real estate. So kind of dab into a little bit of everything as far as on the general real estate side of things. And then I also do some investing, and I'll buy distressed properties and different things like that through another venture of mine, still dealing with the real estate side of things, because not everybody can do the traditional way, so sometimes you have to give them options, and I'm all about finding solutions for people.
Good. Those people are trying to stop my evil plan, so the video is kind of being tricky here, so it's telling me to close the app, but I don't know if we're still going. You're kind of frozen there, so
yeah, I see you frozen too, but
just give me a second here. Let me see if I can restart this real quick, Dan, and we'll get right back to you here. Hey, Dan, are you still here?
I'm here.
All right, then we're back on the show. Well, those evil people that like to try to stop my evil plan all the damn time. So it's one of those things I got to deal with. So, but okay, back to what we're doing here. Why did you get into the real estate business to begin with? What was your calling? Why did you say that's the place I want to go do?
So it's funny. I started in real estate about 4 years ago, doing. Working with investors and buying property, or helping them buy some properties of distressed or foreclosed properties. People that were need some help out or whatever. So I went and started to do that because a friend of mine started a company, and he said, "Well, let's do this together." And then he said, "You know what? We need to work on the residential side and things like that, and you should really get your license for a couple of reasons. One, where we got a good company that we're expanding and doing some things with, but two, they're changing the laws and regulations with real estate. And not yet, and it hasn't confirmed in Minnesota yet, but in other states, they require to do any real estate transaction, you have to have a real estate license. So I didn't want to get, have something going on and then put it a halt because of what was going on. So I went ahead and got my real estate license as well, so I don't have to worry about it later. So then that just opens up more opportunities for me to help people and give different solutions on multiple aspects versus just being on one side of the real estate industry or the other.
Okay, so I guess my question for you is, looks like we're frozen again here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we're frozen
again. I try to. These evil people want to start my evil plan, so we'll be right back, folks. I'll edit all this out, but
sure, no worries.
Talking to you today. So I guess my question is, I understand that that was a calling for you, but was there a specific reason you said, "Hey, I want to help people get into a homes or sell their homes"? Well, was there a personal reason behind it, or was it just that's what you felt like you wanted to do with life?
Well, there's I always wanted to help people out, and that was part of it too. There were some people that were in not so good situations that I was able to help out and help with my resources in the real estate to help them out, either get into a different home or help them out with whatever their current home, even on the distress or foreclosure side or whatever their circumstance was. But I've always been the type of person that I want to make somebody happy. And I've been doing that with life changing events. You find somebody their house. That's the biggest purchase that most people are going to buy in their lifetime. I used to have a career when I DJ'd weddings and things like that, and I always had the thing that I was important. I wanted to make people's lives happy and make their dreams come true.
Right.
And I found out real estate was one of those things that I could do that with as well.
Okay.
And I just kind of branched off from there. I've always been a people person, and I like if I can do something to help others, that's kind of the way I want to be.
Okay, so I'm just going to get personal here for a second. I live in a mobile home, and it looks like they froze us again. God darn it.
Yep.
It's my computer. It's not. I think they've tapped in. They're trying to stop it, so be right back again. Sorry. This has never happened before. Stuff that's going on in my home, but I've been thinking about either using the equity because I own my own home. And I'm wondering, do you guys do still with stuff with like that? Just a curiosity question there.
Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot on the mobile home stuff myself, but it isn't much different. I do know some people that actually, for a while, they specialized in just doing mobile homes. It's not really much different. It's just that the titling processes, it's a little bit different. I mean, other than that, it's the same. It's the same aspect. You either got your home, you got repairs, and you got your equity and your thing. So it just depends on what you can sell it for, if it's worth the investor to put the time and money into it to rent it out or live into it or whatever. So it all comes down, when said and done, it comes down to numbers.
Right. So I know numbers are an important thing, but I like to feel that everyone's got a different situation. Everyone's got something that they're going to come to you with in a different thing. How do you decide which is the best avenue for people to get into the home that they want? Or, like I said, it's in disarray. Maybe we can sell it. Maybe we can't sell it. Maybe we just want to repair it and stay where we are, whatever. So I guess my question is, how do you kind of deal with those different situations, and what's your process for that?
Sure. Well, like you said, everybody's situation is different. So in my experience, people are going to, sometimes it all depends. Sometimes it's a time factor. If people need, because of things they have to do. But if you wanted, to maximize the most amount of money out of it, that would be, putting the repairs that you were talking about doing on yours. However, that takes time to do it. That also takes money. And then there's also certain things where you can only do so much, and you're not going to get any more of a gain out of certain things too. So there's all sorts of time. It's it all comes down to what people's time frame are and things like that. And sometimes there's different ways. There's options like like I said, the cash offer. There's things that I can market just to strictly investors for flat fees. There's things that we can do on the regular retail market. There's different options, but everybody's situation is different. And without seeing everything in one shot, it's hard to tell which option is going to be for anybody until you analyze the whole situation.
Okay, and give me a second here. Thank you for that answer, but we've frozen again, and this has never happened to me before, so they must be working really hard to stop this today. So I'll be right back again. Okay, I know we're back, but like I said, it might be funny to leave all those things in there, kind of show that they're really trying to stop us today. I know I've got the evil plan already here, but I'm still working on filling the book. They're kind of jumping the gun, I guess. They think we're getting a little bit more trouble from them today than normal. So
Maybe.
if we freeze again and that happens again, we're gonna have to just either continue to show us frozen or something, because keep starting and stopping. I don't know if I can do that much editing. So either I'll have to leave it all in or be like that. So hey, it happens. So my computer, those people trying to stop my evil plan. Who knows? Anyway, is there anything you want to promote or anything coming up in your industry or what you're doing personally that you'd like to tell people right now?
Well, the biggest thing I'd like to tell people is, checking out. If you're, now's a good time to sell if you're a seller. There's not a whole lot of houses on the market. They're actually down by 300 homes from what we were last year as far as what's on there. So it's definitely a seller's market. Buyers are still there. The biggest thing that people know is that interest rates looks like they're starting to go up. So which means that now is more of a time to buy. Even if you get the interest rate over time is going to cause, cause higher payments and whatnot. And that's starting to go up, and I'm not sure how far it's going to go and, when it's going to spike, but you can start to see it creep up a little bit. But I would say, the biggest thing is that if you want to, there's a lot of programs out there that can help people with down payments, and different things like that. So even people that think that they might not be able to get a home, there's programs out there that could probably help you get a home one way or the other. It's just a matter of, you might have some sleep qualifications or whatever else, but there's more options out there than a lot of people think. So it's worth checking out. And I got some lenders that deal with that things too that I can refer to. But my goal is I just want to help people, make their dreams, help them move into the home of their dreams. Or if they're, some people are expanding, some people are, have expanded their families and need a bigger home. Or on the flip side, maybe everybody's out to college or whatever, and they need to downsize. Everybody's life changes, and I want to be there to help them change it for whatever it can accommodate for them, and have fun along the way.
That sounds good. It's important that people understand that it is a process. How do they get a hold of you if they want to get a hold of you on Facebook? How do they?
I have my Facebook. You can get a hold of me on Facebook or Instagram. Facebook is Daniel Linder Real Estate is my business page. They can go to Daniel Linder exprealty.com is my website. They can also get a hold of me. My cell phone is 612-597-5456. And you can email me as well at daniel.linder@exprealty.com. So I have lots of ways that people can get a hold of me, and I'd love to help anybody out I can.
All right. I'm going to restart the show for this one last time to start my second half of the show here. So we're going to restart again because we're both frozen. So, and I hate that it's doing this to me. All right. Anyway, I kind of think I figured something out, Dan. You're just really trying to stop my evil plan today. And that's what we're here to talk about, the other part of this evil plan that I've got to talk about. So I've got an important question for you. If you could save the world in one thought, in one moment of time, if you could do one thing to help this world out, what would you do to save this world?
I would put everybody I would put everybody together in what I'd say a compromise mode. Because if you can, not everybody's going to like what you do. Not everybody's going to hate what you do. But if everybody can come to a happy medium, then there shouldn't be any reason to end the world.
Right. So it's all about, like you were saying, it's all about, communication and talking about and taking the differences you have and maybe working with them instead of against them and trying to find compromises that will eventually lead us. I've been talking about that forever. If we all just said, you know what, I'm just going to do this job. I don't need to get paid for it, but everyone's going to be able to go get a house whenever they want, go get the food that they want, go get everything they want. And I know it sounds like a totalitarian society where people are controlled and stuff like that. It doesn't need to be like that. We just have to learn how to share better. If we all learned how to share a little bit better, maybe we could figure some of this shit out. If everyone worked together for a common goal, like make the world an actual better place, maybe we could do that. We could do that with everything we have right here, right now. So, and it looks like we're frozen again, but I don't. So I guess my second question for you is there anything you do personally in your community to help out? Do you give food to the homeless? Do you do anything that's not really within your wheelhouse? Do you do anything to go out there and actually help people rather than getting a paycheck for it? What do you do anything like that?
Say that one more time. Oh, do I go out and like get community involvement and things like that?
Correct. Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah, we used to in different areas. I'd be part of like the business after hours and do things like that, and just try to accommodate. There's a lot of groups in town. In different places. There's one called the Angel Fund that we used to do up when I was living up north. That we donated, to kids that didn't have Christmas. I donate a lot of stuff to like the Salvation Army, or there's a Boys and Girls Club and things like that are in town to make things on there. I'm thinking about getting involved with the Big Brothers Big Sisters club, and for me and my son, that we can kind of do some things. So I'm all about trying to help the businesses as well as the community, because not everybody has the same outcome or things in life that others do. So you can just try to make the people happy all around, and sometimes it's just the littlest things of just being there for somebody is more than the monetary function.
Right. Yeah. And on this show we talk about that a lot. It's kind of like how can I, as an individual, go out there and make a small difference, even if it's just one person at a time. So my evil plan is pretty simple. Blow up the world with one giant red button. And I know that sounds like a lofty idea to a lot of people, but hey, if everyone dies all at once, maybe we all go to heaven and this shit is over. But I'm trying to find a way to not do that, and you're giving me hope, because all I want is for people to come together and give them a reason to come together and actually do something with this world. So that's my evil plan, is to actually try to bring people closer together. And I'm glad you talked about those kind of groups, because they're important. Kids are one of the most important things in our lifetime. Kids are the really big part, and to help kids have a Christmas, have a mentor, have whatever, those are imaginable things. So people like that can go do those things. It may take a little bit of time out of your day or something, but I'll guarantee you, once you get involved and get into it, it's going to be more rewarding than half the stuff you do for money, And I'm glad that you brought that up. So when you're going out into the community and helping people, and now you're dealing with the real estate business, is there ever a crossover? Do you ever help someone? At least maybe you can't give them a home, but maybe you can give them the lowest possible price, lowest possible interest, and try to get them into a place where they can actually live instead of homeless on the streets, because they have kids and because they have, situations that they shouldn't be in. They're waiting for forms to come in, things to be moving. So do you help in any aspect of that?
When you see, there's people come to me all the time with different things, and like we talked about earlier, everybody's situation is different. So depending on, there's certain things that may work for one people or one family that may not work for another, and vice versa. So try to accommodate the best that I can do myself, or get them in contact with somebody that may specializes in whatever area that they need help in, that maybe that I can't do, because if it's a finance thing or something like that, I can direct a lot of people to the people that do a lot of things, and then still be the end result to help. But the biggest thing is that you just, until you start analyzing some of the situations, you don't know some of the nuts and bolts of things until you're there. But there's always an option out there. It just depends on what option it is, and how to get to that option for the solution.
All right, we're frozen again, so gonna come back real quick here. Sorry about that. Just end the show. I want to ask one last question. All right, Dan, I guess my last question for you is I guess I want you to tell people a little bit more about yourself and how you, as a person, try to help, and what's the process you do to, I know I kind of asked this question before, but I'm asking you personally, like how your family grew up and how you became the person you are. Was there any driving force that kind of led you to be the person you are today? Was there a mentor or whatever in your life or whatever?
Well, I've always wanted to be a people person, and I've always known that I was always raised with the values that you need to provide for your family and do whatever you can. My parents, I don't know, are been married for I don't know how long now, but my mom was a stay-at-home mom for a while, and then my dad would work construction, and he would come home at night and be there, and there'd always be food on the table. We'd go out to eat every once in a while. We weren't rich by any means, but we made things do, and they made it so we were comfortable around. And then when we were older, my mom went and got a job just because she didn't want to be at home all the time. That I'm surrounded that do that.
Yeah, we froze a little bit again here, so I just want you to repeat a little bit of what you said here because it closed on me without my permission. So can you, I guess,
So like I said, I've always been a go-getter, and I've always been like an entrepreneur type of thing. And like I said, it's not that I had a bad life when I was growing up. It's just that I wanted to go to that next step. Right. I want to provide for my family that way. And I found out by doing it that there's, that helping people, and money's not everything. I mean, yes, it's a good thing, but it doesn't always buy happiness. I've always found that if you put people first, your profits will come, by referrals or whatever else. But the minute you start putting the money first, stuff's going to go the wrong way, and you're going to get other things. So I think you need to keep your family and your friends close. Make sure that they're around. Do what you can with them. And eventually it'll all come around, and it'll get paid forward to you as well, and make sure everything accommodates accordingly. And like I said, if we all work together, everybody can be in that situation as well.
That sounds like a plan. I really want to thank you for being on the show today and being patient with me from those evil people trying to stop my evil plan. If anyone is out there, I know this man from MNO, the Music Network One, and if you are interested in being a business professional or someone who has a music background, I definitely want you to go check out Music Network One on Facebook. Send an